We slip into Netflix's Ozark Season 3 Episode 3 with a scene of Wendy, Laura Linney, playing fetch with a dog while Rio Speedwagon plays in the background. She's suddenly driving singing happily to Rio Speedwagon when she pulls over and takes a dead dog out of her trunk. Marty, Jason Bateman, pulls up and calls her name. When he questions what she's doing, she shoots him. She wakes and realizes it's a dream nightmare. While Marty and Wendy are getting ready the next morning, he asks if she needs help talking to the cartel about the new casino. Wendy declines, informing him Helen's going with her. She thinks he can help her out by dealing with the Rio Speedwagon person instead. Marty changes the subject and reveals she yelled "I can't" in her sleep last night. She says, and walks away. Wendy and Helen, Janet McTeer, are driving and it seems Helen is up to something. Wendy's asking her how her ex is doing, and Helen changes the subject asking how things are going with her and Marty. Wendy admits they're a little disconnected at the moment. Helen tells her the same thing happened to her and her ex when she started to eclipse him professionally. Wendy denies she's eclipsing Marty. Helen insists she is. Wendy reminds her they can't do any of this without him. Wendy and Helen are addressing the employees of the casino they purchased when Carl and Anita arrive. Anita's pissed and demands to know what the hell they're doing. They reveal they have plans to shut it down. Helen informs them they reneged on giving them the hotel with the casino, so Carl and Anita won't make money without a casino. Anita reminds them they'll lose a fortune as well. Wendy, with her condescending smile, says, we can afford that. Not finished yet, she smugly adds, we are bigger than you are and we are meaner. And we do not lose. Anita still refuses to sell them the hotel. Marty's in the office at the casino when a very pregnant FBI agent comes in and introduces herself as Agent Maya Miller, Jessica Francis Dukes. She asks for a tour of the casino and while he's showing her around, she explains what will be happening for full transparency. She has a team of forensic accountants at the tables counting chips and they'll be checking them with his receipts as well as checking his cash boxes. She warns him if she leaves and there's a sudden jump in revenue, she'll come back with a new warrant and they'll start this dance all over again. Marty finds Ruth, Julia Garner, to tell her he doesn't know how they're going to move money with the FBI agent there. Ruth, still mad, asks if that's why he called her up there. Stammering a bit, he begins to apologize for yelling at her for helping Wendy. Ruth being Ruth responds, no sh*t. He asks her to start moving money into the new casino. Ruth seems confused because Wendy said the new casino is supposed to be clean. He acknowledges he knows this, but it has to happen. Ruth, wanting to get things straight, asks, "You're asking me to not tell your wife?" Marty replies. In a nutshell. Their conversation is cut short by Ben, Tom Pelfrey, and Jonah, Skyla Gertner, asking for the boat keys. Ben takes the opportunity to try and ask Ruth out. Ruth wonders if he's joking with her and Marty cuts them off by telling Ben and Jonah to have a good time and be safe. After they walk away, Ruth says to Marty, "He's f***ing weird." Marty simply replies, "Yes, he is." Back to his question for Ruth, he asks if she could move $250,000. She says she can with the help of 5 or 6 guys. Marty's walking around the casino watching the FBI agents when he gets a call from Ruth sarcastically telling him he did a great job communicating with his wife. She closed the casino. He's clearly in the dark and asks what she means. She reveals it's closed and locked up. Just then the manager for Rio Speedwagon shows up to talk to Marty and he has to end his call with Ruth. But before ending the call, Ruth tells Marty to get his sh*t together. Frank Cosgrove shows up to talk to Marty at the office and Wendy is the only one there. Charlotte's standing there when Frank attempts to discreetly tell Wendy his guys were supposed to start work on the newly purchased casino, but it was shut down. Now it's Wendy's turn not to be in the loop. Clearly, she has no clue what he's talking about. Again, trying to be discreet while Charlotte is standing there, he informs Wendy they didn't do what they did out of charity. Finally, he asks Charlotte to fetch him a cup of coffee. After she leaves, Frank asks Wendy why he gets the idea she has no clue what he's talking about. She confesses she doesn't know, so he suggests she better talk to her husband about it. After assuring him she will, Wendy pulls out the checkbook to pay him. As she writes the check, she questions how he knew the casino was closed. He says the blonde, meaning Ruth, and his guys were supposed to be moving money over there. Wendy tells Frank from now on he'll be dealing with her on this and not Marty. I don't care. As long as the check's clear, he says before walking out. Marty and Wendy participate in another session with their therapist and Marty claims he's trying to help out. Wendy, without the least hint she realizes she's being ironic, says, "No. You're going behind my back." She reveals she had an interesting conversation with Frank. She continues with how he went behind her back unaware or unwilling to address the irony of the situation.